wherever you are watching this Wednesday's weekly message. Y'all, I know we in April and we supposed to be finished with all things resolution or tax relief. But I told y'all it's one of my favorite topics. So I will be revisiting it often throughout 2024. Why? Because I want y'all to know how to make the moves in these tax streets. Otherwise, I wouldn't be called a tax cop. I don't want nobody to be out here arresting y'all and doing all kinds of stuff when the tax cop is here, not necessarily to protect and serve, but to help us, help you, help yourself. That's the tagline here at Total Tax Experience. For those of y'all who are like, who is this lady with all this energy and doing all the things for no reason? Y'all, my name is Patrice L. Berry, EA, Enrolled Agent. I am, AKA the Tax Cop. And this is the first week in April, and I am not coming off of talking about tax stuff, ever. Because y'all need to know. Y'all need to know. This week's topic, we're going to talk about tax transcripts. And the reason why we're going to talk about tax transcripts is because I need you all to know how to maneuver. We talked about, last month, we talked about how to move in tax resolution, the different options you have to get things remedied at the IRS level. And you can do those same things at your state level. States, they be a lot more difficult than they do at the federal level. Federal level, I told y'all, I feel like the IRS is a gentleman, and the states are Rumpelstiltskin, or a bad girlfriend or boyfriend trying to troll you on social media. Needless to say, the tax transcripts are going to be very helpful, right? We told you remedies. We told you who can help you when you can't help yourself and everything is not working, right? How to work with the taxpayer's advocate. You know that you have bills, your taxpayer bill of rights, all the things. But I need you to understand that you need to know what they know about you. I'm going to say that again. You got to know what they know about you. And the best way to know this is to get access to a tax transcript. Think about those of you who are in school, elementary school, high school, college, whenever, right? They ask for a transcript because the transcript tells what you did, how many classes you've taken, what grade you got in the class. You could easily say on a resume, I was valedictorian. That's the case. Everybody could be valedictorian, right? But then when we go get the transcripts, if you valedictorian with a 1.9 GPA, they might be like, your credibility is in question. That's really where we at. They do it to validate that you have some integrity and credibility. Where on the tax side, we are doing some of that same stuff, right? Because you don't want the IRS or your state to be knowing stuff about you that you don't report on your tax return. Because all a tax return is a report of what happened the previous year. That's it. You're telling them, hey, this is how much money I made. I'm entitled to these deductions and therefore these credits. And when we do it all together, mix it in a pot like jambalaya, this is the amount of money I owe you. And this is the amount of money I paid you. We're doing a reconciliation. If I've overpaid, you're going to give me some money back. If I've underpaid, I'm going to give you some money back. That's really all it is. Okay? So let's go into this. Y'all know I got to share the screen. Y'all know the teacher and me just don't quit. So we got several different transcript types. We have a tax return transcript that shows most line items from your original 1040, right? We have a tax account transcript that essentially says, hey, it gives us what your filing status was, tells us if you got taxable income, it tells us the payment types. We got a record of account that lets us know whether or not you paid, you filed, etc. We have a wage and income transcript. I got to come on the screen for this one. Y'all, wage and income transcript. I would say wage and income transcript and tax account transcripts are probably my favorite transcripts to review, especially that during wage and income transcript. I love that thing. I love it. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. It's my favorite transcript. Why? Because the wage and income transcript shows me all of your W-2s, your 1098s, your 1099s, your 5498s. Like everything they know about you, uh, I get to know. But y'all pay attention to this. This transcript is limited to approximately 85 income documents. Sometimes I can't pull all that stuff. So when you're trying to, when you're going to buy a house or qualify for a loan or something like that, and they ask you to fill out the 4506T, that's what they're looking for. They want to know, okay, the income that you reported on these applications, is that really the income that you received? Because the IRS say this, and you said this. Do they match? Are they matching? I love, that's my favorite transcript. I could talk about that all day. It's my favorite transcript, honest to goodness. And then a verification of non-filing letter. So if you have not filed, there is a transcript that tells you, hey, or there's a request that comes up and say, hey, these people ain't filed. They are non-filers. And if you want to, like those of us who have software that we use to help us figure out and do analysis and things of that nature, we can tell if you're a repeat non-filer. We can tell if you're a repeat offender. All of that stuff is in there. And I love to show my clients, hey, those clients that I do have power of attorney on, I'd be like, look, y'all, let's go through what they know first. That's always where I'm going to start. I'm always going to start with, hey, this is what they know about you. Let me show you. Let me show you what we can leverage. Let me show you what we can't leverage. Let me show you why things are reporting out this way. If you have something different, we need this information because that's how we're going to build our case. Okay? So you may be wondering, how do you get a transcript? I'm glad you asked. If you do not have an irs.gov account, I need you to get one. You may register use Get Transcript online and or in your irs.gov transcript. Like, use this website to your advantage. irs.gov. Really, go into your account and do the things you need to so you can know what they know about you. And sometimes notices in there, and sometimes notices don't. Ask me how I know. I was just in my account recently. I had some payments I had to make. I could look at my account transcript, and I went to go see if I had any notices in there, and I did not. So I'll check it. I will check the account. And if you have a business, you only need one login, one ID Me login to get into to see your personal and business information in your account. You just got to know which one you're going in, which is a beauty too, right? So yeah, the states are doing the same thing. They're creating their own portals. There's ways to get information. If you have not logged into your state portal, and I know this, I need to create my password and stuff like that for the new one in Maryland. If you have not logged into your state portal, do so. Leverages, find out what they know about you so that you can make sure that everything is good. Now, I said this too when it comes to extensions. Sometimes I use that as a tool to wait until the wage and income transcripts come out, and they come out normally in the May of the current tax filing season. So right now, I will not be able to see wage and income transcripts for 2023 until sometime in May or June. Okay? But sometimes I look at those to make sure we have everything captured, because I don't want you, nor do I want to get a copy of a letter for something that we overlooked because we either didn't check our email, we didn't log into our portal where our mortgage stuff was or our investing stuff was. We just forgot a tax document, and it wasn't malicious. It was not malicious. Sometimes it's, hey, let's just wait a couple more weeks so we can see what they know about us, so we can make sure that everything is captured, so we can leverage every single deduction, credit, etc. that is available to us that we didn't consider because we didn't realize that we didn't report this type of income. Okay? And sometimes it's a way to find out that somebody reported something about you that they did not share with you. Because sometimes, like I got people who have 1099S's for selling homes. Sometimes they don't get the 1099S, but the IRS have it. So I admonish you, I encourage you, figure out your transcripts, pull a transcript down. It will be redacted, meaning that all the information won't be there when you go pull it yourself. I, as a professional tax pro, can request unredacted transcripts, but I will ask a client, hey, pull the transcript so I can at least check and be like, hey, was this? Now it'll allow me to ask for source documents, especially when we're preparing back taxes. Love it, love it, love it. Like I told y'all, wage and income is my friend. Next one I will say is the tax account. And then probably number 3 for me is the tax return transcript. Now there's some other transcripts that we can request as professionals that aren't available to the general public where we have to pick up the line. But these, at a minimum, you need to be familiar with what your tax transcripts say. Until next week, y'all. Peace. Have a good one.